What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Nate Campbell. Experience the Galaxy with Nate Campbell. How y'all feeling today? What camera I'm on today?
Right here.
Okay.
Right there, man.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to make sure I'm looking to the right.
Yeah, they're all working today.
All working today. All right, guys. Oh, man, I got my man Danny Califield going to be calling in a little bit. We're going to be talking about this great new business venture he has where he wants to help fighters invest their money in the right deals, things, and get their situation situated, get their things situated for when they retire, or if they just want to do business stuff. He's a pretty good businessman. Has a great team behind him from what he's telling me. I want you guys to come on and check him out. Wow. This week is gonna be this show is gonna be a strange one this week because I am angered but happy. Then I'm angered again. We're gonna be talking about the young lady that was beaten up outside the club in Dallas. I'm going to be talking about how I'm scrolling down to make sure I got everything. I'm saying it is one of those situations where, you have to be very cognizant about what's going on if you're a black man in America, black woman in America. But I also want to talk about how we as black people have been destructive towards each other because there's a young man who kicked this 78-year-old elder in her face and stomped her out. And I was talking about how...
You catch that guy yet?
They caught him.
Jeez.
I wanted to kill him. I wanted him dead. And I was even putting it on the wire to all my boys in New York. If you find him, I'll come get him. And took someone who's a lawyer to say, Nate, first of all, we're not going to talk like that on air, on your live. And second of all, what we will not do is be like that in a sense with your own people. And I'm like, he felt like I was being a little too rough on him. Then I read a post where a young lady made a statement that black men that beat black women need to die or something like that. So they're useless or something like that. Then I made a statement about that because I had just had the conversation with him. He said, so you feel that way, but if that would have been a black man that was being beaten by a young black woman, would you have been equally as angry? And I had that discussion with someone else earlier, and I think that my view changed. I think that the laws need to be upheld because I think it's too easy for us to get away with hurting each other. So I'm going to talk about that also. But I also want to talk about those poultry charges. I'm going to have Adrian Patrick on to talk about those poultry charges that they gave that guy. We're going to talk about, we're not going to just talk about him beating her. We're going to go behind the charges, we're going to pull those up, John.
Yep. And
see exactly what the charges are. And, dude, for what he did was almost kidnapping. To hold her at gunpoint in a sense. So I really want to talk about that. But I'm waiting on my man Danny Califield to call in so we can go ahead and get him situated here tonight. I really want us to take our time and listen and watch the show tonight and be very cognizant about what we're saying, about what we're doing, what direction we're going in. I think that a lot of the things that are going on in the black community, I think that we as black people can change those things by the way we carry ourselves and handle each other. I think that for the most part, we can do better with the way that we're speaking to each other, for one. Me being a very, very passionate person, I speak loudly a lot of times, and people take that as an offensive deal, but if they know me, they know that I don't mean it, but many people don't know me. So we're going to talk about the way that we talk to each other. And we're going to, tonight, I'm definitely going to be talking about black male etiquette. Remind me of that, John.
Okay.
Black male etiquette when it comes to the protection of the black woman. Because there's an etiquette that has to be universal for black men. And we're going to talk about that tonight. All right? Well, I'm waiting on my man Danny Califield to call in. Be nice if he called in. So I really want to get him situated because these other topics are so deep. You know what I'm saying? Other topics are so deep. And I don't want him to be overshadowed by these other topics because they're polarizing topics. So he should be calling me any minute now. But John, how's the week been?
Full of white privilege as usual, man.
We saw the picture of John over at the, what was he at?
TPC at
Sawgrass. Boy, it was a white.
That was a stew of white privilege right there. Angry old white guys, condo commandos, everybody, all in one place, and everybody in the entire place watching Tiger Woods and nobody else. When I walked in, there was 35,000 people around the 16th green watching Tiger.
Who was behind?
He was tied for 48th at that point.
Hey, they get paid for that. They get a couple $1,000 for that shit.
He got something.
Man.
Austin Sheffield is your guy's name over there.
Austin Sheffield's the black guy?
The white guy.
White guy? Austin Sheffield.
Austin Sheffield.
That's his name. This motherfucker here. I'm just going to tell you right now.
There he is right there. Here's your guy. There.
And he pulls
told somebody to move. He told her to move her vehicle. That's what it was about.
Right, but Danny's calling in now. Should be looking for a call.
Okay.
What's going on, Danny?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. We got you online here, man. Man, I want everybody to get a chance to meet my man Danny Champ Calafell. We've been knowing each other for some years now. How you guys
doing?
Man, how you feeling, man? How's the new business coming?
Everything's good. You know, it's not new. You know, it's just.
What new venture? A new part. A new venture. It's a new venture. It's something new in the business.
Yes.
Another another arm under the umbrella or something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what you do. And let's go right into. What do you do?
Right. Yeah. That's what I wanted. That's really what I wanted to start out with, because a lot of times, well, first off, people are going to want to know who I am, what I do, and what makes me qualified to even be able to talk about things like this.
Right.
So, that's going to be the question anybody has. And oftentimes, I want to make sure that people are understanding where they're getting their advice from. Because a lot of times, often we tend to get our advice from people that necessarily aren't really qualified enough to be able to give that advice.
Okay. So let's talk about. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's get right into what you do, because this is gonna be a big show and it's gonna have a lot of people calling in for on the other. So you got to be expeditious about putting it out there, bro.
Okay. So I own a business consulting and marketing firm.
Right.
All right. We do a number of different things.
What's the name?
We work with small to medium.
What's that? What's the name?
Tri-World.
What is the name of it?
Tri-World.
Tri-World. And I know the name of it, but I want them to know the name of it. Tri-World.
Yes.
Tri-World.
We're a business consulting and marketing firm.
Okay. Tell them what all you do.
And that's okay. So it's pretty much full circle. We work with small to medium-sized businesses, and on the consulting side of things, we do things like strategy, management consulting. We have a sales academy where we teach large and small teams how to sell and close deals, even individuals. For the live in-person training, we actually have one of the top programs in the country. And then now we have a partnered online platform, which is the #1 training program in the world.
Wow.
When it comes to marketing, we do digital and traditional marketing. We do that. We have one of the top teams in the country when it comes to that. Software, we do development, integration, and customization of CRMs, mobile apps, platforms, and websites, where we're affiliates of Microsoft and Oracle in that space. So, again, it's all full circle. We work with companies and help them all get to that next level. For me, personally, I'm a business consultant. I deal with $100 million companies on down. Right. And then we have the VP of the company. He deals with companies like Fortune 50, Fortune 100 companies, multi-billion-dollar companies, companies that are doing about 65, 45 billion a year. So, I mean, all the backgrounds, everything's, very extensive. We're a small powerhouse, but, we make sure that we stay good at what we do.
What's your website?
TriWorldInc.com.
All right.
So TriWorldInc.com.
So listen. So if I'm an athlete and I want you to put me out there and help me understand how to invest my money, how would I get in contact with
you? You could call me. You could email. You could email solutions@TriWorldInc.com. You could email me, N as in Nancy, T as in Tom, champ@gmail.com. You can call. You know, when it really comes down to it, what I really wanted to talk about, Nate, was, you know, I'm starting to get into public speaking, and there's a lot of people out there that are starting businesses. You know, there's a lot of athletes out there that have a lot of money, you know, and they don't know what to do with it. They don't know. They get so caught up in the mix of their career, where before they know it and their career is done, they're broke and they're worse off than when they first originally started.
Right.
So what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to help guide people. I felt that, listen, I'm talking to companies that are doing big numbers. Why can't I talk to individuals about, you know, what to do with their money, where to, you know, if they're wanting to start a business, what they need to have done, what they need to delegate if they don't know how to do something, instead of trying to do everything themselves, dump a bunch of money into the business and then go dead broke six months to a year later, which happens all the time, you know. So you know, that's where, you know, that's the area where I want to you know, focus my attention on, talking to salespeople, talking to, you know, my background. You know what I do, sales business. That's my, I'm a pro, you know. And, you know, talking to salespeople. I love talking to people that are doing like multi-level marketing, like Primerica, things like that. You know, there's skill levels that they lack that, you know, we can help sharpen. We can help, you know, we'll put them into the academy. You know, we'll really get them to that next level where they can, you know, they don't have to be struggling.
Okay.
When it comes to sales, a lot of people are afraid of sales. Why? Because they don't know what to say. Right. They don't know how to react to whatever's being thrown at them. So those are the things that we teach. Those are the things, you know, I want to help out with.
All right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Of course. So here's what I want to do. We have all your information up on the screen. What is the best phone number to be able to reach you directly, or to reach someone in your company directly?
Okay, so the office line is going to be 305-501-0139.
Okay.
And then my business line is 305-771-1675.
Okay. Well, because it's such a tight show, I want you to get out here and talk about what you're doing. I want people to understand something. Danny Calafell is a very, very easy guy to reach. Do you have a Facebook page, Danny?
Yeah. Danny Champ Calafell on my Facebook. Then I have Champ Calafell.
And
for
Instagram,
that page, and then Tri-World Inc. for the, or I believe it's at Tri-World.
Hello.
I don't know.
Our call got cut. Our call got cut. Our call got cut.
I'm gonna call him right back.
And then we have another call coming in.
Yeah, we'll get it back.
Our call got cut, so
yeah, there we go.
We got cut. Listen, so we have all your information, and I want to make sure that we get people understand that Tri-World is a multi-faceted company. Whatever you have, whatever you're looking for, someone the ability to do that, then give you a shout. Hey, are you still building websites?
Yeah. We do websites.
And he does websites. That's what he does. Websites where I'm gonna be calling you to get with you about doing my own website. I want to do my own website where I can do a lot of these shows, stream them on my website, and start to push things over to that. So what we're gonna do is, everybody reach out to Tri-World Business Consulting and Marketing, and reach out to Danny Champ Calafell. All right, my man. We gotta get off here.
All right, sounds good, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
I want to continue doing this, man.
All right, come on back later.
We gotta have people call in. You know, I wanna see if we could show people, you know, how we can help them live on the air like this.
Okay.
You know,
I tell you what.
Have a few people call in next time.
All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have that happen. All right.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, man.
All right. Oh, it's a tight show. Danny wanted to put it out there. I wanted to get him out to the masses, but I think that Adrian Patrick called me earlier. I'm gonna see if I can reach out to him, get him back in the line.
Got a lot of stuff in the news going on.
Yes.
Read about this these guys with the man. Everything's on video now, man. You can't go punching girls in parking lots and think nobody's going to see it. You know what the problem? You know what the thing that strikes me the most, though, Nate, is people are opting to film it than to help. I just watched them kick that lady in the face on the sidewalk, and they just sat and watched this girl get punched. And I mean, this dude wound up and punched, and nobody dropped their phone and went help her. They just yelled, "Hey, dude, that's a girl." Well, no shit. You just watched it.
But they could see from across the street he had a pistol.
Yeah, but he threw it. Fell down on the ground.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Watch. It falls down on the ground.
Well, let's look at it.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. There you go. I think it fell on the ground. He hit her with it, didn't he?
No.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm not going to play the sound because it's going to trap it and it's going to stop our feed on YouTube. But
he put it back up.
Oh, that was the phone. Okay, so yeah, but he put it down. But look at this. He runs and hits her. 2, 3, 4. He's lucky he didn't kill her, man. 5. See, now these guys are sitting, and he kicks her phone. And these guys are sitting watching.
He has a gun in his hand. See?
Yeah, what did he do with it, though? Did he
put it back up? But the very fact that he pulled it out let everybody around know that he was armed. And my issue is simple.
Oh, he put it in his belt. That's why. Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
But he just gets away with it. He could have killed her, man. But hit her with a fist like that.
Then kicked the phone.
She took those shots pretty good, though.
Yeah, she weathered the storm. But the saddest part about it is that this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. I mean, pull up the charges he's been filed.
Yeah, I don't. The articles I'm looking at don't say it's just, this one right here. This says in charged with assault causing bodily injury and interference with an emergency call. That's all it is.
That's all.
Shouldn't that be like attempted murder?
You know what? I don't think they can.
But if you're standing there, full force, throw 5 straight shots into somebody's head with your fist, you're not just trying to make a point, dude.
It's aggravated assault, is what it is. But for taking her phone, that's
assault causing bodily injury. I mean, that just doesn't sound severe enough for me.
No, but you know what? Let's. You know what? I'm trying to get with Adrian to get him on. Can we look up what the maximums are in Texas for those?
I can look it up. Yeah.
Yeah, let's look that up because I'm hearing so much. Look out for Adrian's car. There are people that are here trying to get his charges, bigger charges brought against him. But I think what is happening here, is we're finding out that for the most part, all I'm trying to say is that they don't really care about it.
Okay, this is what it says. It says there's a list of classifications under Texas Penal Code committing serious bodily injury to a family member constitutes a first degree. She's not a family. You can expect to spend 5 to 99 years in jail if convicted of first-degree assault felony. You can be fined up to $10,000. Well, $10,000 is pretty light for a 99 years sentence.
It's a lot of money when you think about it for some people.
Yeah, 10,000, but 99 is a lot.
Assault causing bodily injury.
Yeah, I don't know if this is Texas or not. I just Googled it, and that's what it said. But
you got to pull up Texas. You got to pull up Texas.
I mean, this is Texas. This says Texas Penal Code right there.
But it's up to the judge to give you that time.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, Paul Manafort got 36 months in jail for shit you and I would have gone like 20 years for. All like tax evasion.
Kilpatrick got 28 years for the same shit.
It's not who you know, it's who you blow.
He got tax evasion?
Manafort? Oh, let me look at Manafort's charges, but they're like the first judge had sent some. Let me see. There's a variety of things, but
here's my issue. I'm not trying to make light of what is happening. My issue is simply this: I'm watching this guy beat this woman, and in the process of beating this woman, I'm offended that nobody did anything, but then I realized he has a gun, so a lot of people ain't built like that. But here's my problem. He pulled that gun out. When he pulled that gun out, it became another charge.
Why aren't there more charges?
Why is it Why isn't it something to do with, you know, the strength of the charge? The charge is strengthened by the firearm. See, in the state of Florida, the charge is always strengthened by a firearm. And it's the same in Texas. For him to pull that gun out basically strengthens the charge, the things he should be charged with. But he's been charged so lightly, so improperly, that basically they have so much, they're leaving so much room and so much latitude to give him no time.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So I'm angry about that because
I mean, is there some other story we're not seeing? It sounds like she was arguing over a parking spot.
She blocked him in basically. It wasn't that she did it on purpose. She was dropping somebody off, and she made a mistake. She dropped him. Even then, regardless if she did block him in, for him to jump on her and beat her like that is appalling. Because if a black man would have hit a black woman like that, let's talk about this. If a black man hits a black woman just like that on film, they kill him on the way to the courthouse.
Probably.
In Texas, stop, man. You can't be serious. If this is allowed to go with such light charges, it's open season on black people in Texas.
It always has been.
Yeah,
it's the worst state in the union for anything.
But I'm being honest with you.
You know how many death warrants George W. Bush signed for guys that weren't even
guilty?
They suspect there was like, I don't know, some crazy number. I don't even want to say it because I don't know what it is,
But I'm asking because what's going on, Mr. Patrick? Been waiting on you, trying to wait on you to get into this, man.
Yeah, man, good, man, good. How you doing, Nate?
I'm so good, man. Look, have you been listening to the show?
Late.
Listen, have you been listening to the show?
I hadn't so far, but I'm turning everything on now. What point are we on now?
Okay, are you watching? Can you watch the show? Can you watch the video of this guy?
I'm looking at.
I'm
looking at it
pull
now.
up, John. We're gonna
play it.
We're gonna play it for you. You just keep watching. We're gonna play this for you. Are you watching it?
Oops. Sorry about that.
No, look at it right now, Nate.
No, I want you to see. Can you see our broadcast right now?
My phone, my computer ain't on. Yeah, I'm about to look at it right now.
We'll play it a couple times. We'll play it a couple times.
Because what happens is the guy has a gun out. He pulls a gun out first, then he puts the gun away. But when from the moment he pulled the gun out, even once he put it away, it strengthened the charge. And it was 5 or 6 monster shots. He hit her with 2 uppercuts and 3 straight right hands. And then he kicked her phone. Yeah, he's a big guy too.
Well, he's going to say that she punched him because that's what it looks like she tried to do.
No, but he knocked the phone out of her hand first.
Right, that's what he did.
He knocked the phone out of her hand first. There it is. So he knocks her. When he touched her, that's assault.
Right.
They're only charging him with aggravated assault with the intent to do bodily harm, but they don't put the gun in. Here's my issue. By them leaving the gun out, that weakens his charges. The ability to sentence him greatly hinges on the fact that that gun is bought in.
Yes. So, question I have though is, tell me what your point. I had a point I want to make bigger than that. Maybe what you're saying right now. Another point. Well, you're asking about the actual charge itself. Is it a proper charge, or what we at?
I think he's improperly charged. I believe he's improperly charged. I think that.
I think he is. Definitely.
I think he's undercharged. I think they left a lot of charges out.
So, the question is, what will be the motive to use that level of violence against her?
I believe it's a hate crime.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
It's two levels: it's gender and race, right?
I think so.
Two classifications.
Right, but here's my question: where's Me Too?
They're not nowhere around because they were never for black women in the first place.
Okay, so you said it, I did.
Follow me? Me Too was just a cover. They're never for black women.
So I'm like,
you there? Hello.
I hear you. I'm not. You know me. I'm flabbergasted, but I'm not.
This crime looks like it should have about 50,000 things around it.
Right.
It's racial. It's a guy beating up a woman. He intimidates her with a gun. He knocks her phone. He starts it by knocking her phone out. Then he punches her 5 straight times with she has no defense. Her head is down. And then he kicks her phone. He ends it with kicking her phone. Why aren't there like 8 charges on this, Adrian? How come there's 1 charge? Assault causing bodily injury.
Well, the thing is, go ahead, John. Sorry.
It says assault causing bodily injury and interference with an emergency call. Like all the things that are happening.
No, it's a lot more charges than that. And the thing is, this started all bad. You know when it started all bad when the girl, lady in California, remember that? She got beat up by the highway patrol. He punched out.
Yeah.
I think that's where maybe it started before then, but I thought that's the most noticeable one I noticed then. But yeah, there's an elevation of attack against black women, particularly by cops.
And I'm gonna tell you something.
And so, good.
I don't want to cut you off, but I'm gonna say something. I made a statement that aggravated a lot of women. I said, "This is what independence gets you now. I'm a strong, independent woman, and I don't need no man." It's moments like this when I step back and say, that kind of tone sets us up to not. A lot of men don't want to come to the aid of women for that reason. I'm like, but how do we? I mean, we got to have what did I say? We got to have a code to how we deal with this kind of stuff in our community about our women.
Well, it's clearly more important to film it than to
look, I'm hanging this phone. I'm going to call you from another phone. All right, I'm going to call you. Okay. Continue. I'll come right back in. All right. It's going to be a 404 number, all right? No, 678 number, all right?
Okay.
And as I'm asking that question, because I want us to be honest with each other. Do we believe? Do women really believe that they're strong and independent? They don't need a man? Because the law is not protecting our women. So it's up to us to protect our women. But then I have so many of my friends that are like, man, I ain't gonna be out here getting jumped on by no woman, jumped on for no woman.
Second Amendment guys will say, why don't the women just arm themselves with a gun?
But they're doing it now. Women, my sister's doing it. My daughters are doing it. But then guess what? When you run up on a dude that has his gun out already?
Doesn't matter. Now it's all even again.
Now it's all even again, and he's physically bigger.
Yeah.
What do we do?
This guy would have used his gun in a second if this chick had pulled out a gun.
He would have shot her. He was hoping that he was hoping.
For sure.
And that's the point I'm making. Our problem is we don't stick together as black people. You can't speak for me, but I can. We ain't sticking together for a damn when we should be. Because now they serving us up on the menu. What's going on, Adrian?
Go. Can you hear me?
I heard you been on the other phone.
Oh, you did? I don't know. My phone got messed up. My phone got down. Can you hear me okay?
No,
it's breaking up, man.
It's like you're underwater.
Underwater.
But why I'm asking this question is because I don't want to be the one giving all the, saying what I'm saying. I need for black women, black men, 904-302-7220. The lines are going to be open after Adrian hangs up. I want you to be honest with me, man. What is it about what I'm saying? I'm asking you. I'm hearing more and more guys be like, because I'm like that. I've been like that, man. I'm not going to be giving my life up for this foolishness. I'm not doing it. If you already done told me how you stand, where you stand, it is what it is now. I'm only protecting my daughters, my family. But what happens when we need each other to protect one another? And this is the case when most black men can't even arm themselves.
Right.
We can't arm ourselves.
But don't you think that's by design?
But dude, a lot of women have made it where we can't arm ourselves.
The only thing that really surprises me is that our governor is actually letting that convicted felon law that allows convicted felons now to vote. I didn't realize that we were one of the last states in the union.
Oh, you didn't hear this? No, they're trying to. The Congress is trying to make it.
Well, they're putting some caveats in there.
Yeah, you got to pay all your fines before you can vote.
Right, correct. Right, which is not what the law says.
Not what the law says.
The law only excluded for sexual predators and murderers.
Yeah.
Everybody else. But now the Florida Senate is trying to tack on these other pieces.
Right, which is the same thing they did. The same thing.
1.2 million people are going to get their voting rights restored, and that scares the shit out of redneck Tallahassee.
Oh, Tallahassee, redneck Florida.
Redneck Florida.
But the saddest part about it is, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the fact that even with the 1.2 million people that are getting their voters' rights back, if we ain't voting in a strategic manner, like this kind of stuff that's happening in Texas is going to happen here. Our laws mirror Texas so much because the same guys that passed the laws there, the son came here and passed laws. The Bushes.
Yep.
So we mirror one another very well.
Jeb Bush is the one who passed.
He
passed the stand your ground law,
which I loved when it first came out.
Well, it sounded good.
It sounded good.
Except it only applies to one race of people.
White people. What's going on, Adrian?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, real good.
Wait, real good. Okay, so here's my question. With the men being angry, a lot of black men being angry with the strong black woman comments, I made the statement today that's what strong and independent leaves you out for. Because I don't care how many guns you have, they got more guns.
Yeah.
They got more guns. We outgunned.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
So with us being outgunned, where does that put us as a people? What do we do?
Well, the thing is interesting. Your point is very interesting because once you realize you lost black men, right, they sufficiently make the black woman demonize, join them in the demonization of the black male. You don't have any strength anymore. Black women can categorize us any way they want to, right, in terms of us being sorry, whatever they want to say we are. But the point is they lose strength when they lose us. One thing all races know, when black men join together, the whole world trembles, right?
Oh, yeah.
Therefore,
absolutely.
If they knew that black men were together, everybody wouldn't do nothing. They wouldn't do nothing to black men, to black women, all right? But because women have been joined, well, I guess acquiesced and actively and joined in this whole misguided Me Too movement against black men, attacking against black men, then that's what you have. You're going to have a whole bunch of them being singled out, getting their ass kicked and stuff like that all the time. So they know what? They've already pissed off the black male, you know? And that's the problem we have. So what we have to do, black women have to sit down, join back with us and stop all this attack against us. Because other than that, what's our motivation to stand up for them when we know they're going to attack us? Period. Think about this. They're joining this whole attack against R. Kelly with some with evidence, some with no evidence, with the black females saying, look, they set him up, but they still attacking him. They use that one instance with R. Kelly to demonize every black male out there.
You think that's bad?
No.
You think that's bad?
Yeah.
Have you seen the video? Have you ever seen the other video? You put it up?
What's the other video?
The other video is of the black man that attacked the 78-year-old grandmother on the subway. But wait a minute, before we go there, what is the white boy's name out there in Texas?
Shuffield is his last name.
Shuffield.
It is Austin Shuffield, 30 years old.
He's a 30-year-old man, but I guarantee you they try to look at this. He damn sure look older than 30. He damn sure look. He got a 45, 50-year-old face. I'm just going to be honest with you. He got the face of a man that's been through some things. I'm looking at him right now, and look, with that full face of beard and that full beard, he is lumberjack ugly. Look, he is cakey.
What did he do?
He's the one that beat the black girl.
He's a bartender, actually.
He's a bartender that beat the black girl.
Oh, yeah, I posted it. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah.
Wow. But this is the motherfucker that we, and you know another thing, and my anger is that his sentencing is so light. When I first saw the video, I said, are they dating? Or I had to ask that question because it could be something that happened. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go off right away because I was like, do I say something and find out they dating and had a spat? And now I gotta say it looks like I'm out here caping for the race trader. I felt like that, but I'm like, somebody said, well, you shouldn't worry about that. Yes, I have to, because the guy that was, remember when Trump won the election and the white guy went to calling black people niggas and this, that, and the other, and the black girl was who was there. You remember that, John? We posted
when Trump was calling
when Trump won the presidency, this white guy was like, fucking A. He was like, yeah, fuck. He was going all off. And the girl he was married to or dating was black. He was dropping N-bombs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't go to her aid. You know what you was with. You laid down with that monkey. I mean, you laid down with him. I mean, you mad at me now? You mad at me because he got a one banana. So come on now, you got to be real with this.
So Nate, is that Me Too do anything about this whole thing with this guy being up the black woman?
Me Too ain't said a damn thing. Me Too ain't. Let me tell you something. They are only out to get black men. I wouldn't be surprised if they show up for the next video. Pull another video up again the subway train. The subway, there's this mother boy, look here. This some of my biscuit eater here. Boy, he was a nasty. He jumped on this black 78-year-old grandmother, and again, the people filmed it but didn't do a damn thing about it.
So he been of a 70-year-old black woman?
70 on the train. He stomped her out on the train.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring up the video now. It's a little hard to.
He stomped her out on the train.
Wow.
And this boy, look, I know that he's a fuck boy. And
nobody did.
Not a damn thing. Nope. I don't know. Let me I don't know if there's black men on there, but I know that nobody come to her aid. I know, but nobody came to her aid. 78 years old. I still been, look here, I'd have been stomping his dead corpse when I got there, when the police got there. Because the saddest part about it is, I totally get it. I get it. That we got to do better about protecting our women. Sometimes, but look, I told somebody this long time ago, I said, it says, they were talking about how we to protect in the wedding vow. It talks about to have and to hold and to protect. It talks about all the things you're supposed to do. Sometimes the protection of the marriage means they got to protect it from even you. Sometimes we got to protect ourselves from each other, and as black men, we got to be willing to stand up and protect each other, protect the weaker the elders who are really weaker vessels from even these culprits like this. And I can only imagine what he gonna go through when he gets to Rikers Island. Somebody gonna fuck him.
Oh yeah, he gonna get fucked. Yeah. The point is this though: how can we go out there and defend black women when we get stabbed in the back by black women?
But this woman here, 78 years old. She's 78 years old.
No, I got that. I understand what you're saying. I'm saying in general though, it hurts even her age when you have this whole separation. What I'm saying is this. I think that we felt there was more
they arrested him.
Support.
They arrested him. They arrested him. Yeah.
I think we won't have a problem getting on a bus, going on a train or whatever plane.
Hold on, his name is Mark Gomez. Hey, hold on, wait a minute. His name is Mark Gomez. He's charged with multiple accounts of assault for the attack. Wait a minute. He's charged with multiple accounts of assault, whereas the white boy's only charged with one count of assault.
Yeah.
So, here it is. You gotta play this, John.
I'm trying to get the actual.
His name is Mark Gomez, so it means that he probably is of Spanish descent of some sorts. So he don't consider himself black.
What do you think we should do, Nate? What do you think we should do?
Well, here's for me.
John, what other?
For me, here's what I am. I'm at this place in my life. I'm in a place in my life where I stopped trying to protect every woman that I came across, because I felt like a lot of them weren't worth protecting because they had all they for me, they were so hard on us, but they were so easy on. They would let us be denigrated by anybody else, even them. But I also had to come to the realization that some of these women were hurt by black men, that I reminded them of. So I had to come back and be like, either I'm with you or I'm not. You understand me? Either we down for the hustle or we're not. So, do we call a truce? I think we call a truce, and we gonna get stabbed sometimes. Sometimes we gonna get hurt, but I think that more often than not we'll get thanked and treated better than, you know. I don't know. I mean, it's a mixed bag with me, man.
You don't really know, man.
No, because
let me tell you
something. I know a couple women that I would not help. If I saw the Klan jumping them right now, I'd probably jump in and help the Klan. And dude, geez, my ass, man. But that's what a lot of black men feel. But look at this.
Yeah, they keep cutting it out. You know, I love how these guys profit off of all this stuff instead of showing the crime that actually happened. They just talk about it.
Right.
Need to see this stuff, you know. Yeah, no, here it is. Here it is.
But here's my issue.
Y'all don't want to show in these videos though, like that. They're not going to show that stuff to the national audience too much, or either talk about like you doing, Nate, on this show.
You know the problem is, I'm gonna get a lot of back. Here's my problem. Look at this son of a bitch here. He kicked her 1-2. He kicked that black woman. His name is Mark Gomez. He's 36 years old. He's from Yonkers.
What did he do?
Just to do it. Then he walked off the.
Train.
Off the train and said, "World Star." And I'm angry about this.
Look at that.
He's a man. That's the epitome of a fuck boy. We don't. But he got.
Said World Star.
The black dude jumped out, walked off the train, and said, "World Star." Man, I'm tired.
It seems like it's an agenda. There's an agenda going on in general. I think
we helping each other. His name is
the beginning of it.
But his name is Mark Gomez. He's 36 years old, from Yonkers, New York. Here's my issue. My issue is this: we gotta have a code for black people, and those that live up to the code should be embraced. But those who don't should be ostracized and left out there to freeze. There's a saying that me and you often use. It says, "Let the dead bury the dead."
Yep.
And Adrian was.
That would have got to be one.
It's got to be let the dead bury the dead.
But so we almost need. The thing is though, when you do that though, you put yourself out there. Where are you gonna get support from? In other words, you put yourself out there. Are the black women going to come and support you? Are black men going to come and support you?
At this point, we can't even worry about that. We can't even at this point, we really can't even worry about if they are going to come out and support us. Yeah. We got to support. You know what? Well, like you and me, we got to get chapters set up in our cities, our prospective cities, and get 2,000-3,000 people in each chapter, and get those chapters on and popping, get them financially stable, and when you see this kind of stuff happen in your city, I should be able to call your city and say, "Hey, there's some real bullshit going on there in your city, and this will happen, and we got to make sure." And we don't need NAACP. We don't need, in our parliament. We got to vet better. Because I'm be honest with you, NAACP and all these others, Urban League, they've been collecting money for 100 years now, and shit still fucked up like this. We almost got to have. We need to run and be self-contained in our own struggle and conduct ourselves as men and women with integrity, love, and a fierce ferocity to protect our own. That's what I believe. Because but the guys like this Mark Gomez guy, he don't belong to us. He's not our people. We will not accept him. We will not take that from him. And if he did, and we got to go back the way they did when I was growing up. If you did something like that to an elder in our community, we get together and come see about you.
Question, Nate. Real quick question. Now, we do that now. I'm with you wholeheartedly, 1,000%. However, how many black people are going to attack you for doing that, though? In other words, you get a group of black guys together, say, we're going to attack these people for doing this to this older lady. How many of our own going to attack us for even doing that?
See, that's the problem. That's what it's about. We don't stay on code. There's too many of these Negroes that want to be accepted. They want white acceptance to the point they wouldn't have fucked themselves, and you know that I ain't lying. It is high time that we police ourselves from the inside and handle our business from the inside. How can you expect to grow and have good seeds laid down when you got motherfuckers like this here stomping out the good ground? That woman is a wealth. She's a wealth of knowledge.
So how you define we now? So man, I'll tell you the truth. Who is we now?
See, you know what? I love that. I love you ask that question. We are the ones that are willing. We are the ones that are. You know what? The Black Panther was the they said they called them the vanguard. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Our problem is we have to now become the vanguard of our people. We don't need no one leader. We don't listen to me. Listen. We don't need no one leader. We don't need no one person they can knock off and leave everything in disarray. We need to raise up everybody with the ability to lead, but be under the umbrella of a structured system, but know that this is what we do. And much as people hate to say it, the NOI, they understand. You ain't gonna just destroy the NOI because they have. If you kill one, ain't no telling who gonna come up behind him. He might be worse than the last one. You get what I'm saying? So we got to get to a place where you don't know who you gonna have to deal with. See, until we get 2, 3, 4 million, 5 million black folk together on one accord, that's holding their money back from the government, holding their money back from Walmart, holding their money back from all this other bull, and we can get together, we ain't gonna never get reparations. And see, the problem is, it's the foolishness like this that lack of knowledge and lack of true masculinity in the home that allows this kind of Cabbage Patch Kid shit to happen. You understand me? You don't. If we had a designated group in each city, Dallas, Houston, Austin, Jacksonville, Orlando, that could be activated at a moment's notice, like we call them Minutemen. Remember that? Minutemen. That was the.
Yep.
He wouldn't have pulled that shit because he'd have done that. We'd have been right there on his ass. He'd have went home. We'd have been waiting for him, and we'd have tore that ass up out there. You don't touch our elders, and that's the problem. We don't have that because we're so splintered. That's our problem.
And my point is, we got to redefine who the we is. What I mean is, I don't think everybody defines themselves as we anymore.
Oh,
I think just being black alone, I just don't define. So we got to redefine what we is.
But
that's my point to you.
But my point is this here. That's why That's why we got to get a group together and say who we are. And those that want to be we can come join us and be we. But we got to vet the system. Because the one thing I will not have is motherfuckers running back telling Uncle FBI nothing about me.
No.
Because he already know enough.
That's the complex part there.
Dude,
that's the complex part there.
Because it has been so ingrained in us to sell each other out since slavery. It has been it has been such a great, and dude, they've taught us how to destroy each other so well. And then when the boule is no better. I keep watching the boule, how the boule is out here talking about how much money they making, this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking to myself, you still a nigga. With all that, you still a nigga. With all that you doing, we still like you. And for some reason, they believe that when enough of us die off, life gonna be better for them. No, that makes it easier for them to put you in a cage. Easier to put you in a cage. And I'm gonna help you understand something. Who is the guy, Mark Yang, or Daniel Yang, or John Yang, whatever his name is, that's running for president? The Asian descendant guy who's running for president said that by 2053, the average household earning for a black family will be 0. I asked somebody, how you think they're gonna get it there? With AI, they already got burger flippers, robotic burger flippers. They already got robotic burger flippers. So if that is the case, let's be honest with one another. Here you go. If they mean to get you to 0, what you gonna do with the niggas that ain't earning money? You gonna have to make a place for them.
Our wealth already at 0 now.
Oh yeah.
Our wealth is 0 now, so I guess the income, be talking about. Our wealth already 0.
Our wealth is 0. But
well,
what I'm saying is,
well, yeah.
I told somebody, well, Jay-Z got $1 million. I said, let me tell you something. When they threw with Jay-Z, they ain't came for him yet, but they're coming. Oprah lost $58 million in a bad business deal. And all they doing with her is to further destroy the black male image. She next. Soon as they do, they ain't through with you. They ain't through with her yet. But when they get through with her, it's going to be ugly. So I keep telling people this. Stop telling me about how bad the black man is in America. Because these 1 or 2 black men out here are not all black men. And I'm so sick of women being mad because their mom and daddy had a falling out and they couldn't make it, so their daddy's the bad guy. That's what it is. So that's taught you at home. So what do you expect now?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about all black women. I mean those type women.
Sure. Got a question, mate. And John too, I guess. So John, what role will race play in the new age of robotics and new AI, artificial intelligence? Will race be a factor at that point?
It has to.
Well, I heard somebody tackle this sort of issue in question. This was a guy that was, I guess he was sort of defending it. He said, 30 years ago, when we started talking about automation and all this stuff, the first thing that went were automobile manufacturing jobs. They learned how to automate expensive machines. They put a lot of money in. They figured out how to take people off the line. They took people out of union jobs. And so the guy said, well, it happened 30 years ago and we're still here. But there's a reason that Detroit and the whole state of Michigan is really a disastrous place. I mean, there are you buy a whole block of streets in Detroit, which once was a thriving middle class blue collar town, black town. You can buy an entire street now for $100,000, an entire block of houses for $100,000. Now, this is what happens with automation. They said, well, people are still working. No, they're not. Let me tell you something, man. I run a business right now. I have 52 employees. Nobody makes more than $15 an hour. This is 30 years later. Nobody makes more than $15 an hour. You know, there's not a person in there that can afford the family health care coverage. Not the fault of the business. It's just the way it is right now. $15 an hour is what people make. Yeah, but $15 an hour is what people make, and $15. Try living on $15 an hour. It ain't easy. It ain't easy, and that's what automation has done. It's driven people to lower-paying jobs, and it's driven the. Listen, if you take the top 5% of people that earners in this country out, the billionaires and all these crazy people that make a ton of money. Okay, if you leave the people in, they'll tell you the average wage is $45,000. You take that let's make it 9% of the richest people in this country. You know what it becomes? It becomes about $11,000 a year. And compared to 30 years ago, that's way below the poverty level. That's one of the lower standards of any civilized, of any first world country in the world right now. That's what automation has done. So that if that's you ask, yeah, automation has kicked the shit out of the middle class and made them poor.
Right, exactly. And I think, see, what I'm getting, Nate, I mean, John, you were what I'm saying. And Nate, to get back to your point, what I'm trying to say is this. I've been studying this whole artificial intelligence and robotics thing
for years.
I'm not so sure race will make a difference at that point. What I'm saying, it's going to make a difference at some point, yeah, but, man, this technology advances so fast, we're going to get left behind, man. Nobody's working at these Walmarts anymore, man. You know, people don't have jobs, and where are we at with that? So if our focus is just going to be on, what I'm saying, our focus is going to be on certain things, or do we need to change our focus to be adjusted for the new age? Race, yeah. Race, I'm still glad, we're still down with black people being on board, but we got to get up to date on things, though. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, as the robotics change, right, we got to get up to date. Our technology and our methods are up to date with that, too. You follow what I'm trying to say? Because I think that
coding is very important now.
Voting is important, yeah, but I think us getting just our own knowledge of the technological changes. You got 7D coming out now. I just posted about 7D. 7D, right?
Well,
right now.
well, 5D.
7D
well,
is hologram.
Right.
No. With 7D.
Right.
7D,
Wait a minute. I'm saying right a minute. Right now. Well, 5D is what they're talking about. Everything is going to within the next 6 months.
Right.
But the 7. What was it? 9 to 7. They're talking about. I just did the hologram. They're going to be able to do one like what they'll do is they'll have one band, a band somewhere, and the band will be able to be, everybody can make the concert, go out and watch the concert at an arena, at different arenas, and they'll be in one place, but only one place to see them live, but you'll never know.
Let me tell you something.
And they're doing that right now. They're doing that right now in Saudi Arabia. My question is this: listen, do you realize I do criminal defense work? You realize they can make it look like somebody committed a crime?
Yes, they can.
They're not even be there.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
how do we challenge that? How do we challenge that? Look, first of all the folders. Go ahead.
That's a damn dangerous place to be. Let me just make a real quick point, Adrian. I want you to get back to this in a second. I just heard a stat today. I just was watching CNN, and this next generation coming up, Generation Z right now, I think is what they call the people. So Generation Z is going to be the first generation of college graduates who will be unable to buy a house in their first 20 years being in the workforce because they now owe a debt equal to what your parents and my parents paid for their first house. This is the first generation that they'll have to be in their 40s before they own their first house because their payment for their college tuition borrowed money, which they can never get out of, by the way. You can't escape the debt. You can't file in bankruptcy. You can't reduce it. You can't do anything. You're stuck with it, and they'll get it out of your tax returns for the rest of your life. So most people are stuck paying it. They won't be able to buy a house until they're in their 40s. First generation. And that's crazy. You talk about keeping up with robotics and coding and all this stuff, but if you want to be educated, let me just give you an example, Adrian. My daughter went to University of Florida undergrad, and she happens to be a way smarter person than me, which is really good. I'm very happy about that. She got a full scholarship to University of Florida. She graduated from college and high school and then went 2 years to University of Florida on a scholarship, and she got a full scholarship to law school, UF. She's in her second year. Now, had she not been, by the grace of God, had all of these advantages right now,
$500,000.
She would have been about $150,000 to $70,000 in debt if she had paid for every year at UF. At 24 years old, she'd be $170,000 in debt next year when she graduates, which is a phenomenal thought to have. And she's lucky. Most of these guys are. You know how many kids have debt now? The average debt is $38,000, and the average number of kids that are out of college, it's like 72% have some sort of debt. Forget all this technology in 5D and 4D and 3D. That bill that you're going to have is in 2D. It's going to be a piece of paper for the next 20 years, paying off $170,000.
It's a 2D.
Holy crap! That's a mind-blowing thought.
My point is, you have simultaneous things on at the same time and very fast. What Nate is saying is very important, and I talk about this every day. Race is important, yes, right? We have to also simultaneously, Nate, take care of beating black women up, right? Incarcerating black men. All that's very important. We have to simultaneously, just as important, make sure we take people with technology, people with the whole reality of the fact that we're going to be debt slaves, right?
Well, debt is
the modern form of slavery, man.
Debt is the new form of slavery.
It's the new form of slavery, man.
So we have to address all issues at the same time. Well, we don't have the luxury of saying, okay, let's just focus on the black women getting beat up, right?
Well, the system.
Black male
I think the system. I'll be honest with you.
What now?
I want to be honest with you. I think the system is about to fix itself. We're gonna burn this motherfucker to the ground before long. I see it teetering. Every day, and you do too. Not just everybody's disgruntled. What you do not want is a country of people with guns to ever turn against you. So my anger and my issue is simply this. As I'm looking at the student debt loan, says student loan debt weighs more heavily on students of color than on on their white counterparts.
86.8% of black students borrow federal student loans to go to attend a four-year public college, as opposed to 59.9% of white students. So there you go, Adrian. I'm going to tie it back to your stuff about technology and 4D and 5D and all these things. It's getting more and more expensive if you're a black person to try to catch up to that.
Yeah.
You know, since those other jobs aren't available, you want these jobs. 86% of you are going to be in debt. They own $1.48 trillion in student loans.
$1.48 trillion.
One thing about black people, we've been broke since we came out of slavery.
Oh, we know how to be broke.
Been ahead.
We know how to be broke.
Never been ahead.
See, the thing about it is,
we used to that.
Yeah,
now.
we used to that. But I'm gonna tell you the problem is. Here's my issue. Me and you've been fighting about us wanting reparations. Both of us say the same thing. Cut the check. Cut the check. And I did the research. The amount that we'll be getting between $500,000 and $1 million a piece.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't even allow us to leave the country with that kind of money. They wouldn't let. Would you imagine they wouldn't let us leave the country with that amount of money?
Mm-hmm.
You know why?
$1.48 trillion.
No, they owe us about between I think it was between $6 and $8 trillion actual dollars without the interest. Then when you add the interest, it's about $20 trillion, $22 trillion. So you talking between $500,000 and $1 million each is what it breaks down to the black people. How many black folk will leave? If 10 million left, that would hurt this country.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is people don't realize how much of an asset they are. People are assets and they don't understand their own worth.
You got a birth certificate and you got a social security card. You're an asset.
Right, but people don't understand that. Our society has trained you to believe that you're not an asset, you're a liability, and if you're lucky enough to work for us and pay taxes into our system, you're just a lucky citizen.
You're lucky.
Well, I'm not using those words, but
you can.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But that's what
I was having a conversation the other day with an older black man. I said, "You're not even, I said you're not even a citizen of this country. What am I then?" I said, "You're a resident. You're not even." I said, "If you read the Constitution, if you read the Emancipation Proclamation, they never gave you citizenship. They just changed ownership from the white slave owners of the South and gave it to the United States federal government."
Yeah, I mean that hasn't changed much at all.
I say so. Oh, I say, okay, all right, okay, you go be with God. You about dead now anyways. But I was thinking, even though I like him as a person, but dude, if you keep brainwashing us and not telling the truth about what the words mean, see. The worst thing they could ever did was give black men and black women the ability to travel, to go places, because they learned something. But what it was the worst thing they ever did was give black folk the ability to travel and to go places. Because those ones who have not waking up to the truth of everything, they still believe, it's just, I'm just gonna tell you, God done been good to me. I'm like, dude, you do know that 98% of black folk work for white folk under slavery. Yeah. I said, what's the number of black folk that work for white folk now? I say 98%. You ain't overcame shit.
Because let me tell you something, dude. $15 an hour right now is fucking slavery. Okay, it is. Yeah. Don't kid yourself about it. Don't cut it any other way. $15 an hour, you can't afford health insurance for your family. $15 an hour in Jacksonville is poverty wages. Poverty. You're below poverty if you're a single parent, person, whatever, making $15 an hour. It's poverty. And when 5% of the people have 90% of the wealth, man, listen. I had to watch Fox News every once in a while. I got to watch it just to see what they're saying. I listened to Sean Hannity for 15 minutes talk about, listen, man, the reason that you should embrace capitalism is because the rich people bring everybody up, okay? But if you taxed us and turned us into socialism and took the money away and gave it to the people at the bottom, it would turn into Russia, it would collapse, it would turn into any one of these communist countries. So basically, leave the rich people at the top and hope you get the little, remember trickle-down economics from Reagan?
Hey, do you know how they sold color racism? You may be black, you may be poor, but at least you ain't black. That's what they pushing.
that has been a undertone of every single one of these elections where they get poor white folk to vote for rich white guys because they run it out. Listen, man, 40 years ago when the Republican Party was 50% of this country, okay, and it's not broken and splintered in, they didn't have to go out and look for new people, okay? They didn't have to deal with religious people. They didn't have to deal with gun owners. They just had rich white people, and most of the people who wanted to be rich white people. I know, I've been around them, man. There are a lot of wannabe, man. Let me tell you, a lot of those guys, man, it was cool, right? Now they started running out of it because the country's mixing a little bit. Black people are still 12%. You notice how that hasn't changed at all, right? That 12%
but that's a lie.
Huh?
But that's a lie.
Well, because black men only live to 58. You know, the average black man never recovers what he earns from Social Security. It's one of the biggest insurance fraud schemes in the history of man. Black men, on average, never get to the age where they can recover the money that they put into an insurance system. It's one of the if you did this on if you went out and sold insurance right now, and nobody that was your target audience was able to reap the benefit of the insurance, you know that would be insurance fraud. They'd lock you up as an insurance agent. But our government's been doing it forever, making no adjustments for it. Black men die at 58, and you can't now get Social Security benefits until you're 65 unless you're deemed disabled, which 51 million people are on disability, but an incredibly disproportionate amount. It's not 12% of the 51 million are not black. It's way less than that. It's like 5 or 4%. So when black people ask for disability, they're not getting it at the same rate as everybody else. That's clear. Insurance, Medicare, and Social Security, one of the biggest frauds ever going that this country has ever devised, and it disproportionately affects people. Do you know who gets the best deal on it?
So basically, I got 11 years to live.
78.5. They're on Medicare and Social Security for an average of 12 to 15 years. Highest group of people. Maybe next to Asians, or some Asians are a little higher. But white women are the biggest beneficiaries. The next group after that, white men. White men are benefiting from it. They live to 73. So we get Social Security for about 8 or 9 years. Black men are negative 7 years on Social Security.
So when I have these debates with some of my friend girls and the beautiful sisters, I keep telling them that how I feel about the way that I'm treated by everybody. I'm looked at as the crazy guy. I'm treated funky by everybody.
Because it takes a lot. Listen, Nate, it took me a year to put myself even in your shoes to start to understand it. Well, people ask me and they go, well, how come black guys just stop? Why don't they just stop committing crimes and then they won't go to jail? I'm like, dude, if you're on a football field, right, and you're a white guy and you're a black guy, and you throw the ball down the field and receivers catch the ball if you're a white guy 75% of the time, and the same receivers run the same pattern, and the black guy throws it and they receive the ball 48% of the time, you're going to say, God damn it, something's wrong with this team. Why the fuck do those guys catch it 48% of the time for me and 78% of the time for the men? Adrian, you know these stats, man. White and black people do drugs at the same rate and get convicted. Black people get convicted 3 times more. One in three black men and 1 in 3 black men or something like that are going to go to prison for drug-related crimes, whereas 1 in 17 white men. But it's a crazy, and I say, just look at it from somebody's point of view who keeps getting on the football field and keeps getting fucked because their receivers keep dropping the ball. I mean, like I said, Adrian, I say this to Nate. You turn every white man in America black for about a week, and you will see fucking violence like you have never seen. We will make ISIS look like a fucking fairy tale. Okay, white men, you even threaten to take white guys. White guys go, oh, it's reverse discrimination. I go, well, how can it be discrimination when white people are in power? You can't be discriminated against if you're in power. Let me say, well, how does that work? It doesn't work that way. It's the group that's in power is the one that discriminates. If you're not in power, you can't discriminate. You know, and guys go, they look at me with that, they turn their head sideways like you're whistling at a dog, and they go, what? And they go, dude, just put yourself inside somebody else's shoes for a minute. Let me ask you, I say to them, let me ask you this. If you're a white guy and I told you this, you know all those white women out there, if I said to you, the government's going to come in and all those white women that you like, those pretty girls in high school that you met and all that shit, and the government came in and said, hey, white women, I'm going to give you a place to live. I'm going to give you food stamps. I'm going to give you welfare at an inordinate rate. And here's the deal. I got one caveat for you. You got to be single, and a white guy can't come live with you in the apartment that we're going to give you on Section 8. Only 2 rules we have. You can have sex with the white guy. You can have him over once in a while, but he can't live there and be a part of your family. And he damn sure can't marry you. And I say that. Imagine if you were white. Imagine if if that happened to white guys, and they looked around and said, "The fuck kind of government do we have that does that kind of shit?" They're looking out for they're trying to get white men out of the lives of everybody. And then guys look at me and I go, just put yourself in that for 5 minutes and wonder. You're lucky that black men, we got guns in this country. You're lucky that black men are a peaceful group of people that aren't protesting, because you know damn well if this shit happened to you 7 days later, every white guy would be out there with every fucking round of ammunition that he bought over the last goddamn 20 years, shooting the shit out of everybody they could see. You think this white guy beating up the black girl in the parking lot's bad? Start discriminating against white guys the way black guys get discriminated and see what the fuck happens. And people look at me and go, huh? And I go, yeah, digest that shit for a little bit, and then you'll understand it for fucking 5 minutes. And then drive down the street with all your guns and get pulled over 5 times more than white guys and get dragged out of your car and cuffed and fucking car searched and shit when you didn't do jack shit. Let me tell you something, Adrian. I've been pulled over a shitload of times, 3 or 4 times drunk. They just looked at me. I didn't even have to get the white privilege card out. I just said, and the guy said, don't worry, I know you got the card in your wallet. That's how good white privilege is. Have a nice fucking day, dude. Just fucking drive home. Don't bother me. That's white privilege right there.
And Aiden, the reason I'm saying this is because I think that black women are starting to see this racism that we have dealt with for the last 40 plus years in this country. I think the black women are about to start seeing it, but my thing is, how do we stem the tide for the abuse that is going to be caused to them, and how do we not be a part of it is what I have to talk about. My thing is, I want to be the guy that I don't want to add to the woes of the black woman. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I want us to be her. I want the black woman to feel safe with black men. And I definitely want the guy like this Mark Gomez guy. I want to see him hung from a yard arm. Those kind of guys have to be exercised. And I'm not saying that everybody at some point, some day and time in a place, you know what I'm saying, hasn't gone through something that makes them react adversely. But there has to be something that we can do to become the peace of the black woman, to be the protector of the black woman, even for those who don't love us and care about us. Because even though we know that there's a group that don't give a damn about us, they're still black women. So my question to you is the same question to me. What do we do? What do we do?
Can we invite some women on the show next time?
You know what?
What their perspective is?
Yeah, you know what? Because we don't have enough lines to call in, I think I'm gonna have a couple of women come in and sit in. I'm gonna have some pretty good some women come in and sit in, and I want us to have a conversation about what we as black men, how can we be treated fairly, feel like we're being treated fairly and justly by our own women, therefore giving us the desire to protect them. Because I think a lot of men have decided they're not going to protect black women. Because I once made my mind up, I just ain't going to protect you. If you ain't my daughters, I ain't coming out there to fight for you. Because if that's the way you feel, I'm not laying my life down for nobody that don't have my blood running through their veins. And I had come to that place. And I'm honest enough to say that. Because my thing is, and then you got I had never seen a male feminist till I saw one. And I hated him so much I wanted to kill him on the spot.
What's a male feminist?
Oh my God, a black male feminist is the worst thing in the fucking world.
Give me an example.
There's a guy, him and his wife, and they're of the adage, I believe that women have a right to do anything they want to do, but as long as what you're doing don't cause me no headache, or heartache, or pain, do it. But he's the one he said that black male privilege. There's such thing as black male privilege. I said, in order for it to be black male privilege, every black man should have to have it, right? That's what black male privilege is, right?
I know what white male privilege is,
right.
And they all got it.
Right, they all got it. But I don't know many. Jay-Z may have some privilege, but it ain't because he black. It's because he rich. See, so
yeah, but it's even limited then.
Right.
Listen, I hung around Don King, and that dude got this. I'm telling you, man. I tell you, man. I watched him at Trump Towers. He sat down there. You know what they said? The guy came up politely and said, "Can we have a credit card?" The guy at the front desk asked me for the credit card for Don King.
Don got mad.
Oh, D got pissed. He got in that front line. He's, oh man, it's shit that he said. But I was like, God, ain't this a bitch? And it's exactly what Don said. I was saying to myself, ain't this a bitch? And I hear Don, ain't this a goddamn bitch, man? Ain't this a bitch? I just went campaign for Trump for 2 days, man, and you want a credit card? And then he was even more pissed because the guy's asking me for it. He's asking me for the credit card.
Right.
Not asking him.
They ain't a credit card he don't have.
Yeah.
Black or otherwise.
Yeah, which was just eye-opening to me. Like, that was, of the end of that weekend, was the most fucking eye-opening thing I ever saw when I saw that whole shit go down.
See,
I was like,
Adrian, this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to get and you know the problem is, I think I'm making headway, but there is a it's a sad place. It's a sad place that we live in, where we look at each other for our earning potential, what we feel like our earnings are, and we don't look at each other for who we are as people. They don't give a damn about how much money a black woman makes. She's still gonna make less than a white woman. Black women make about 50. They say 50%. Black women make 50% less than white women. They just did a thing about that. And I said, so all this feminist movement shit you did, it got you nothing. So my question to you is, I'm not mad with the black woman. I'm just in the place where if you choose me to look out for me, I look out for me. Am I wrong? And I'm like, yeah, because I look out for me and my daughters. That's the point I'm trying to get people to see. It's not that I'm not looking out for any women. I'm just looking out for those women, and that's what a lot of black men are. But I stood up for a black woman 2 or 3 days, or 3 days ago. A dude said some real foul shit, and I stepped to him. You know what I'm saying? Hello?
Nate.
Yeah.
Say what you just said, Emma.
I said I stood up for a black woman the other day, not because I knew her, but because you pull it back up, but because I thought it was the right thing to do. And she thanked me and she was nice about it, but she was an older woman. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you stand up for a younger woman now, they act like you just supposed to do it. Hold on.
Supposed to do it, or you got hit on them. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
And most of the girls now, man, I had a sister say this today, and it's true, but not true. She says, I said, you know about older women? I said, older women, I was joking about older women, but the problem is, a lot of older women take better care of themselves than younger women. But the problem is, a lot of these younger women think you want them because you stood up and you opened the door for them. You illy farm ass, body want you with your Section 8 living, Nate, bad wig sharing. That's what you be thinking.
I don't know that what you're talking about. I'm in court Friday, right?
Yeah.
In court, middle of court. So I'm trying to talk to a black female attorney. I'm just asking her, what is the plea recommendation on my client? So she says, hold on, I'll get to you in a minute. Okay. Cool. So, well, then I wait a few minutes, and she called me up there and said, look, want to talk about your client? I said, yes, but kind of aggressive, right? Okay. Called her, she had the wrong file. I said, okay, that's not my client. They said, okay, well, I'll call back up in a minute. Cool. Then later on, she called me back up there. I said, look, is this right file? I told her to hold on. I said, look, young lady, let me just explain this to you. She's 30-ish, right? And I'm 51.
Yeah, old enough to be her dad.
I said, young lady, let me explain something. All I'm asking to do is continue the case. Don't touch me. What happened is, I put my hand out to say, look, I just touch on the shoulder. Barely touch on the shoulder. Look, just calm down. All I want to do is get a continuance. That's it. We're not going. I don't want to fight with you today. We got to get continuance. There's multiple bond, right? Don't touch me. She dropped back, man, as if I was trying to hit her. But this is the thing. If you saw this from afar, you would think I almost try to hit her, right? Her theatrics she had, right? I'm in front of the courtroom, right? So hold on just a second, young lady. What's your problem? I'm simply saying to you, we don't have to have an argument today. I'm going to ask for a continuance. You don't jump back and stuff like that. Like I said, one thing for sure, I do not want you. I don't want to touch you, anything like that. What is your problem?
And these
This
are.
she said to me. First of all,
And that's okay. Go ahead. What
she
you
said this to me. She said this to me. First of all, you taller than me. So, young lady, I can't do nothing about that. But still, the point is, I don't want to touch you. I don't want you to touch you in that way. Where you jump to that conclusion, I like you have a problem with me. My point to you is this. Long story short, I got the case continue. I know the judge. She don't know the judge. She just started pressing anyway. But the theatrics, the belief that I'm up there trying to do something, be aggressive toward her, so all that foolishness, right, is ridiculous. So now how do you take that situation, right? Like you said, they assume you want them or something like that, right? She assumed at some point I wanted her. She was very unattractive woman. She looked like a boy in a dress to me. I want to say to her, you like a boy in a dress. I want to I ain't saying that.
Dad, I really gotten her pissed.
Yeah.
She'd have been really pissed.
Me too.
Right. So, but the point is, she wanted to act as if the theatrics is about wanting her. Follow me?
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? So those things like that, little things like that, you're going on. Let's just say I saw someone like her getting beat up out there in the street. I wouldn't probably touch a finger. I don't move a finger.
See?
My point is, those type of things culminate, right? Over and over and over, and that way we have this in action
Right.
take place.
And that's what I'm getting at.
I don't know.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
For some reason.
I don't know how to resolve that though.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about it. For some reason, there's a lot of women that make a few coins doing working for the system or this, that, and other, and they don't realize at the end of the day, you still a nigga. You still a nigga. They still and
yeah.
now you still a nigga. You're a nigga, but you're a nigga in a dress, and they look at you as less than. And it says black women in America are typically paid 61 cents of every dollar that white men make. But I've known that for a while. So, in all this marching you've done, that's still where they have you. Now, as they,
they make less than white women too now. You know, black women make less money than white women too.
White women make 75 cents of every dollar. See,
you know what I'm saying? Black women, when you compare the black women to white women directly.
Yeah, white
women
make more money. And I keep trying, and then you got black women. We get paid less than everybody. I look at the black woman say, we get paid less than everybody. You make black men are the only race of men that are out earned and out educated by their women. Tell me what other race. Yeah. Come on now. And it ain't because we don't want to be educated. The average black male has been put in jail. For something he probably didn't do, but had to plead out because he didn't want to get the big charge because he couldn't afford a lawyer. Okay, let's go a little further. You know I'm telling the truth on that because you use it as a lawyer. The average young man that you take to court now probably is special ed or ESC or ADHD or something like that. They deemed him that way. Am I lying?
You're not right. No, not right. No.
Come on now.
Yeah, you're right.
And then when so when I act like I'm angry because of the way that young black men are treated, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, you gotta understand something. These your sons. Black men don't love black. Oh, we love black women. We don't feel loved. We don't feel loved a lot of times. So and I'm that still doesn't. And let's go back and get to the root of this. That doesn't mean that I should allow you to be hurt. It still doesn't mean that I should allow that bastard on the train to kick that grandmother. That's the position as a black man I'm placed in. I got to make a decision if I'm willing to die for someone who might not give a damn about me. And that's the sad part.
That's a hell of a point there.
So when I make that statement, we got to come to the realization that's something that we got to discuss here. I'm not saying I don't love black women. I do. Adrian, you know my story. You know there was a woman that was non-black that was at me. She was worth some bread.
Yeah.
And I could not date her because she was not a black woman. Dude, I never forget. 30 mil is what she told me she had just made. She was looking at $1 million condo on the water. She said, "Will you come and live with me?" And just, I'm like, oh, Lord. If I, boy, look here.
Couldn't close your eyes and take one for the team?
I couldn't take one for the team, man. I couldn't do it.
He talked to me about it, yeah.
I couldn't do it in my heart, man. I couldn't do it. How could I ever look my black daughters in the face? What I kept thinking. My black mama. My mama like, I told my mama. My mama say, shit, what you waiting on? Shit, dude. What you waiting on? Is it a room for me? God bless her soul. She going on now. Mama say, shit, she ain't a bad looking girl. Shit. She ain't a bad looking. She gonna do what with what? And the sad.
You live in Miami or something?
No, here.
Oh, here.
Yeah. In these brand new condos they just built over the intercoastal waterway right now.
She old white lady?
No.
Young.
She was Asian, of Asian descent, but her daddy was.
She was a fox. She was fine.
She was a nice looking girl, but I'm like, I couldn't do it, man. I just and not because she wasn't a great person. I'm just like, how can I speak all this black power, this, that, and other, and come on now, let's be real with each other.
Yeah, you would be. You'd be getting the shit kicked out of you on Facebook.
and fuck Facebook, I mean in real life.
No, I know.
So there are black men here, we love you. But in loving you, we got to be real about this. We got to be real about this. You keep telling me.
We're in a complex situation.
Yeah, we're in a complex situation. That white dude was wrong. And some black man should have went to her aid. Because I don't know her. I got to still look at her as a black woman that loves black men and thought be willing to put my life out there for her. And the same thing for that grandmother. We got to do that. We got to do that. And that's the sad part.
You think she got in the family? Does she have like a son, a cousin, a first cousin or something within her family?
Who?
The girl that got beat up?
The lady. Yeah.
I don't know.
She have some kind of black?
I don't know what she got, but at the end of the day, it's this here. If I'm just saying, if they ain't there, it's our job to step in and be a protector to her. And what I'm simply saying is, black women, y'all gotta stop and know that as a whole. If you make us, if you give us pause in our spirit, you know what I'm saying? That man, it makes it a whole lot harder to walk. Dude, I walked to the gallows for one of my daughters with a smile on my face. You understand me? I walked to the gallows with a smile on my face for one of my own. But what makes me have that same love for you? Why do we not feel that way for one another? Because here's what has happened. Over the last couple generations, 2 generations, because about 20 years, 40 years, 40, almost 2.5 generations, black women have been telling their daughters that black men ain't shit. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And now black men are wearing this shit, are listening and wearing this shit. And we're wearing it, and we're having a hard time with it. Dude, I'd fight, kill, or die for anybody that look like me, because I love my people. And anybody who know me know I'm down for the funk. If it's going to bounce, if the ball going to bounce that way, I'm here to dribble. But what do we do? What do we do? I'm going to give you one. I don't stand up for Omarosa. If I see her being banged up, because I know her dirt, I'm liable to push the bitch myself. I don't stand up for a lot of these women that Kamala Harris. She ain't black. She don't identify as a black woman. And if she just started doing it to get votes. So no, I don't come to your aid. But those are the ones we know. What about the ones that we don't know? Because for so long, so many black men have been heard, have been told, and been speculated to be something they're not. Because all of us ain't that bad. That's all I'm saying. So my thing is, I feel like we got to get back to sticking up for one another, my brother, my sister, and love each other at face value. But we didn't get. It's still, it's like you said, it's a mixed bag, Adrian. It's a mixed bag. So what do you suggest we do as black men and women? Do we start our own secret society? What do we do?
Well, we need. First of all, we need to have a forum between black men and black women. Try to hear from both sides, see what we can come to middle ground. We got to first off talk and communicate with each other. Outside of the general, this internal kind of conversation we need to have first. to get an understanding of each other. Then that's the first thing we got to do. Because other than that, we'll be making assumptions and stuff. You follow me? I think we have an internal discussion amongst us.
Like, I'm gonna give you one. Are you familiar with a girl named Jess Hilarious?
No, I'm not. No.
She's a comedian, and she made a statement. She makes all these statements. She does not support black business. And I'm like, you ain't never got to worry about getting no money from me. You ain't never got to worry about me.
What's her name?
Just Hilarious. And
Just Hilarious.
Just Hilarious. And I don't hate her. I'm not angry with her. But baby, when she made the statement that she don't support black businesses, I'm like, I don't give a damn what you say. How you love to she went to the worst of the worst type black businesses. You know what I'm saying? Because you got some black businesses that have been in business for 60 years. And I was offended. I was offended by that. And a lot of people were. So a lot of people don't fuck with her like that because of that. They're like, well, my shows are sold out. You keep selling them out. I won't be in the number. I don't hate her, but I won't be in the number. I'm not gonna say nothing mean to her or about her, but I'm not her. And I don't hate her. I can't rock with you. Because for you to make that asinine statement lets me know that us as a people are fucked up even worse. You know what I'm saying? Even worse. Somebody say Jess is dating Country Wayne. Yeah, Jess is dating Country Wayne, and evidently Country Wayne left his wife to be with Jess is what they're trying to put out there. But I don't follow that. I don't particularly care about that. What I'm talking about is what she said out her mouth. You know, and whenever I hear a black woman say that, that further lets me know, yeah, that's what I don't protect right there. I file that back in. The don't fuck with you. File. What other girl name is? What other girl name is? Her name is she was on the movie Clueless, the black girl.
I forgot her name.
Yeah, she was the Raven Trump supporter. You don't hear nothing from her no more. They got the Raven Trump supporter. Pretty kind of good, pretty girl. I said, that's another one. That's another one. I wouldn't piss on her. She burst into flames.
Black girl?
Yeah. I went the real pretty one.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, and I don't hate her, but I ain't got no rap for you. I ain't finna put myself.
Stacey Dash.
Stacey Dash. Yeah, I heard her and Damon Dash are related. I mean, I don't hate you. I just don't fuck with you. That's just me. I wouldn't wish no ill on you, but if I saw it going down the block and I saw you at the bottom of the pile, I'm gonna keep on walking in my direction because I ain't laying my life down. But you ain't my responsibility. When you feel those kinds of ways, Dash, and I'm good. I don't hate you. I'm just good. And my life is reserved for those type of black women that are all about the progression of the black race. That's where I'm at. If you ain't about us, right, I ain't about you. But Adrian, tell everybody, give everybody your information, man, so they can follow you on Facebook.
Hey, Nate, I appreciate you and John having me on the show. It's very encouraging to be on your show, brother. And John, y'all just stimulate intellectual conversation, which we really need that in the black community.
Well, keep up your Facebook posts, Adrian. I read them. It's the most popular on mine, and it's the most informative. If you stop and read your posts, it's not just opinions. There's lots of facts. Because sometimes I go and fact check you. You know, I told you that before. I fact check you, but man, you're undefeated, man. I don't find any bullshit, man.
The internet is undefeated, and so is
no bullshit, man. I'm looking for it, but I can't find it, man. It's truth and everything. So keep posting, man.
Adrian Patrick Esquire. Adrian Patrick Esquire. If you're in the Atlanta area or any of the surrounding areas of Atlanta, Adrian Patrick is the guy you need to see.
404-219-1789. Call him, I guess, 24 hours a day, right?
24/7, baby.
20
Yes,
years
sir,
of
I'm
criminal
ready.
jury
Ready.
trial experience, drugs, credit card, ID fraud, embezzlement. This is a bird, man. Let me tell you something. I told
Yes, sir.
somebody, I told this dude, man, this dude was going at it with the Curtis Harper thing, and he was talking trash.
Mhm.
I swear to God, I said, well, my lawyer is Adrian Patrick. And Adrian told him just give him his number. The dude never called you, did he, Adrian?
No, he never did.
He
no.
wanted no smoke. Somebody told me, somebody hit me in my inbox and said he didn't want no smoke. None. I said, what?
Yeah.
I'm right here. And I want y'all to know, Adrian Patrick is a good dude. He has his own website. We still working on that? Black Trillion?
I'm working on my own website. Yeah, I got my Black Trillion website. I'm revamping. I'm coming back some new stuff now, and plus I'm working on doing this podcast too.
Yeah, Black
We're
Trillion.
talking you and John about that podcast now.
Right, man.
I'm gonna be Black Trillion this year. Yeah, that'll be done in about 2 months.
Black Trillion, guys.
Sorry,
Keep
come
that
on.
in mind. Black
Yeah,
Trillion.
yeah.
Black Trillion. I think that it may be an alternative. It could turn into an alternative to Facebook and Twitter, because
Google, it should be
Yeah.
the alternative to. Though.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
Because Google's the all-powerful.
Yeah,
Everything comes from Google.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna
I'm
be
working on that, Nate, right now. We're working on getting all those things done, updated and stuff like that. So I'm on June John to be involved in that, our transition. So that's what I'm talking about, this new technology. I'm really up to date with the technology, too. It'll be more progressive than what's out there now.
right.
I think it would be right on point of the day, okay?
And look, if you guys, like I say again, I can't say this enough times. If you ever have any criminal issues in Georgia, in the Atlanta surrounding counties area, I think, listen, you couldn't do better. You cannot do better than Adrian Patrick.
I'm looking for R. Kelly to call me. My name will call me to come to Georgia.
As a
I'm
matter
waiting on that, really. I got my door wide open for him.
Isn't he from Atlanta?
one of the charges in Atlanta. As a matter of fact, what I need to do is I need to hook you up with I know who to hook you up with. Don't worry about it.
Go on, do it, man. Tell you, if you're going to Georgia, I got a defense. I've been thinking about a defense already.
Everybody needs a vigorous defense. It's a part of the laws. I mean, I don't care how you feel about it, but the law says that every man deserves a vigorous defense. Is that what it says?
Yes,
That's in the Constitution. So I know somebody who knows somebody, and I may not, hey, look.
He come to Georgia and he can come see me. Let's talk.
I get it situated.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. And John, appreciate you too.
Okay, man.
Thank
All right.
you.
Let me know anytime y'all want me on the show. Give me a call.
Look,
I'll be ready.
I'm gonna start having you come on as a legal counsel. I'm just gonna shut up and let you talk about legal stuff because I ain't good with that.
Let me know whenever, man. I'll be ready with anything.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right?
Think you, sir.
I'm gonna cut on. I'm gonna get off now, but man, I appreciate everything, man.
All right, man.
Bye, y'all.
I just want y'all to stay tuned. I want y'all to go to Adrian Patrick's page. Then it's Adrian Patrick. He is exactly what I said. Look, of all the lawyers out there, I don't like many lawyers. I love this guy. He's someone that I look up to, and
But he also does a lot of good, man.
Yeah.
When you read his page, I mean, he's the most interesting guy on Facebook, bar none. Like, you're the next, but this guy puts a lot of effort into Facebook.
I'm nowhere near. He had a stroke. He had a stroke not long ago.
Yeah,
And,
but he still watch his page and look at the stuff like, they're feel good stories that don't make the
Right.
evening news.
And I'm gonna tell you something. When I realized he called me and let me know how sick he was, I wondered why I was missing him so. I thought it was in Facebook jail because he goes a lot, and there's no defense for that. But Adrian Patrick is that guy that if you don't like Adrian Patrick, you the problem, because Adrian Patrick is he's all about his people, and if you ain't about him, he may rub you the wrong way. So Adrian Patrick, 20 years of criminal jury trial experience, drugs, credit card, ID fraud, embezzlement, and etc. He's that dude. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for all you've done, for all you showing up. I want you to start calling in and start throwing those questions out there. Let's call in early and leave your questions, or either send them to
Nate at ExperienceTheGalaxy.com.
Nate at ExperienceTheGalaxy.com.
Experience the Galaxy on Facebook.
There you go.
Nate's on Instagram. Nate Galaxy on Instagram. You can get him on Twitter at Nate Galaxy. You can see him on Skype next week, LDL TV Live 1. You can Skype in, and on YouTube, watch the replay of all of Nate's shows on LDL TV's YouTube page. Got some ghost hunting coming up next week, and I got boxing on June 14th in Jacksonville for the first time in 6 years. Hopefully, Nate's going to bring some people.
Yeah,
bring some boxers.
Yeah, I got a couple guys I'm thinking about turning pro. So look, I got a couple guys I might want to pull out. I got a guy. Another guy from up in I got a guy from up in Ohio. His name is Dante Strayhorn. Outstanding little fighter. Fight about 140.
Bring him here, man. It's at the Florida National Guard Armory, the Maxwell Snyder Armory. June 14th. Doors open at 7 o'clock. There's 565 tickets available, and they're going to be gone. They're on sale right now at Eventbrite. Google Christy Martin Promotions on Eventbrite. 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 The tickets are on sale right now, reasonably priced. You can get a ticket and watch some boxing for just a couple of bucks, man.
And the very following week, down in Tampa, Florida, I will be being inducted into the Hall of Fame June 21st, 1st to the 23rd, down Tampa, Florida.
Florida Boxing Hall of Fame.
Florida Boxing Hall of Fame on Facebook or FloridaBoxingHallOfFame.com. I would like for you to come down and do a show. We can do a show from down there. And I'm also going to have my Parkies down trying to get them to come down and do a Parkinson workout. And I want you guys, if you're in Tampa, the Tampa area, if you want to come down. Look at the Florida look at Florida Boxing Hall of Fame on Facebook or FloridaBoxingHallOfFame.com on the internet and buy your tickets. I think it's $140 for the whole weekend. Plus you gotta get your room. It's gonna be big. Winky White, Jeff Lacey. I think Roy Jones will be there this year. A lot of big-time fighters are going to be coming down to support yours truly, and I'll be there, and many other fighters will be there, and the class will be there. Such great guys are going in this year. Excuse me. Thank you very much.